Okay, here we go, part two. Hard drive has started back up here for the AbbaCado show. We still have a house full of Cados here, quite a few people. I think there's about 35, 40 folks here visiting us, and I know we have new people that are hanging out with us. This is the joy of checking out music when the world is upside down and getting you down. You come over here, hang out here with the AbbaCado show, share us your music, share us your emotional soundtrack of life here. So let's go ahead and have a blast. Let's continue on. So next up here, we're still on our dono phase. We have a track being brought to us. Hey, it's a game track. I don't think we've had any game tracks in the first half of the stream here. The game track is called, well, I don't know. Let me open up the slot here. The game OST is AdventureQuest Worlds MMORPG. RPG, does that mean it's turn-based? One-Eyed Doll Band. The quick message is, this is a song that plays when confronting the 6th Chaoslord Kimberly when fighting her. That sounds like more like my old dating list. Facing the chaos of an ex or something, I don't know. At the end of the 6th chapter of the 17th Chaoslord saga, the lore is the creators of the AdventureQuest worlds met Kimberly on the band One-Eyed Doll during one of their shows and floating the idea of having her be the 6th Chaoslord in their upcoming Myth Song arc, which was a music-themed chapter from the MMORPG. Can somebody break down what that means for me? With Kimberly Brigham in some punk rock aspects. The history is all the songs made by One-Eyed Doll can be found on the fan Reddit page, since most if not all of the Origins One-Eyed Doll songs on YouTube got taken down in 2021 after the publisher screwed the band. What else is new? Screwed the band over and lost the rights to their songs. Well, there's some hardcore douchebaggery there. The only songs that are on YouTube are re-uploads of fans by AQW OST, since they went kind of under the radar during the initial takedown. All right, guys, here we go. This is from the game AdventureQuest Worlds, and the name of the track is Break from the One-Eyed Dolls. I think I did that all right. Here we go. All right. Discord's telling me I can play this song.
You don't know the meaning of the word quit, do you? Well, neither do I! I also don't know the meaning of the word spandulix.
Spandex? Nice little bend.
Play me like a guitar, boy, play me like a pretty song. Tell me to be quiet, boy, tell me not to be too long. Play me like a guitar, boy, play me like a pretty song. Tell me to be quiet, boy, tell me not to be too long. And I gave you silence, and I gave you everything, and I prayed my silence, and I'm breaking.
A little bit of Black Sabbath in that. Nice room sound on the snare.
Take me like one of your pills, take me like I'm heroin, take me
A very
to
malicious
higher, boy,
riffage
I'll
here,
keep
or,
moving
you know,
the needle in. Take
chuggy.
me like one of your pills, take me like I'm heroin, take me to get
I like that,
higher,
malicious
boy, I'll
chug.
keep moving the needle in.
There is some layering going on with the guitar.
And I gave you silence, and I gave you everything, and I'm breaking my silence.
kind of, there were some spooky background vocals back there. I loved how they pulled it back in the mix and let it quite hang out there. Man, you could really hear the nuances on the ride on the bell of the cymbal. Engineer did a great job of keeping those overheads up.
And I gave you silence, and I gave you everything.
Great tip of the hat to the Black Sabbath kind of vibe here, right here. Kind of has an Iron Man vibe, doesn't it, from Sabbath? Super badass track. Great track to come back from my little break with. It's too bad to hear that these guys got screwed over by their publisher. It's just this world when it comes to the industry. Is, you know, the music industry is the single most destructive, most unregulated industry ever. Full stop, I'll die on that fucking hill. There's no two ways about it. And, you know, a lot of people used to say, oh, you composers should band together and unionize so you can get better deals. It just, no, it's unregulated. So sometimes if you don't watch what you sign or whatever, it's a hard shift. Great track. I love the ballsiness of it. I love the organic aspect of its production. The vocals, whoever the vocalist was, had a really great kind of like a little shatter screech every now and then that would come out in some of her higher notes. And then as far as engineering was concerned, I really was able to dive into and enjoy and listen to the nuances of the drums in this mix. You know, sometimes a lot of things like cymbals get lost and the nuances of cymbal playing, like if you're doing ride work. So you're hitting the bell on the and, so you're going cymbal bell, cymbal bell, cymbal bell, and that ting, ding, 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 ding. You know, and there's so much details going on when cymbals are being produced and made, and drummers are making the decisions on what cymbals to use. And 80% of the times you lose a lot of the nuances because of where the cymbals are placed in mixes, or unless you're putting that kind of focus on it. But there was a ride pattern in there that was so clean and so well done. Kind of the odd thing that I would go out there and you know, kind of put so much time in reacting to a cymbal in a track of a complete body of work. But that's what orchestral listening is about. That's what you guys do. You guys do know that, right? When you're on this journey with me, you're actually doing something called orchestral listening. It's part of music theory, like in the education syllabus, if you would, to learn about what orchestral listening is about. And that is listening to something and being able to you know, pull the nuances and the dynamics of certain things that are very obscure, but, you know, fill out the whole vibe. And that's that from the AbbaCado Jeeves non-music theory listening to music in a non-theory kind of way. Sorry. All right, next up is, let me fresh my data really quick. Next up is coming to us from... Oh, MP3 Junkie with the penny. He put in one extra penny and beat out like 7 people. That's hilarious. All right, here we go. MP3 Junkie. Let's see. Oh, love this band, guys. Cake. How many of you guys know of Cake? Not the white fluffy dessert. I'm talking about Cake. The name of the song is Comfort Eagle. The little message is, I searched the Discord and hadn't seen any previous songs by Cake. This made me sad, so I decided to fix that. They have so many bangers, but most will be probably recognized by them by these 2 tracks, The Distance and Short Skirt or Long Jack. I never knew how to describe them as far as genre is concerned, so I'll leave that up to Lisa B, the team that I have here of Lisa Wolf and SB, to see what the genre breakdown is going to be. The alternative rock and ska had a baby. That's what he's saying, if they had a baby. So here we go. This is from MP3 Junkie. The band name is Cake. The song is Comfort Eagle. Let's go. Oh, for a second, I thought this was the beginning of that Zeppelin song.
We are building a religion. We are building it bigger. We are widening the corridors and adding more lanes. We are building a religion, a limited edition. We are now accepting callers for these pendant keychains. To resist it is useless. It is useless to resist it. His cigarette is burning, but he never seems to ash.
I love the lock on the kick in the drums.
He is living comfort eagle. You can meet at his location, but you'd better come with cash. Now his hat is on backwards. He can show you his tattoos. He is in the music business. He is calling
Man, that old
you
TR-8 08 clap.
Today is tomorrow, and tomorrow today, and yesterday is weaving in and out. And the fluffy white lines that the airplane leaves behind are drifting right in front
That
of
little
the moon.
very Phrygian. Where's the tip jar,
He's
Emma?
serving the food. He knows about your party. He is calling you, dude. Now, do you believe in the one big sign? The double wide shine on the boot heels of your prime. Doesn't matter if you're skinny. Doesn't matter if you're fat. You can dress up like a sultan in your onion head hat. We are building a religion.
I like how they pulled the vocal dry just for that break.
We're the only ones to turn to when your council's turn to saying, take a bite of this apple. Mr.
Yeah, Garden.
Corporate
I was thinking about that
Take
earlier.
a walk to the jungle of cardboard shanties and tents. Some people drink Pepsi, some people drink Coke. The wacky morning DJ.
The engineer's having fun with the vocal track, pulling a delay in and out, a reverb every now and then, making it dry.
Callers who would like to sing along. He says, do you believe in the 1, 2?
I like that theremin-ish arrangement.
Your safety belts and stepping towards the ledge. He is handling the money. He is serving the food. He is now accepting callers. He is calling me, dude. Do you believe in the one big sign?
Little B-52s right here. I don't know why. I just felt it.
Boot heels of your prime. There's no need to ask directions if you ever lose your mind. We're behind you. We're behind you. And let us please remind you, we can send a car to find you if you ever lose your way. We are building a religion. We are building it bigger.
God, I love the tone of the bass.
We are building a religion, a limited edition. We are now accepting callers for these beautiful pendant keychains.
If you know that Arabic, Pakistani, Indian vibe in the country of Phrygianaland. You know, you're laughing if you know. We talk about Phrygian a lot here. If you're new here to the stream, the Phrygian mode is a mode that's used in music that gives you that, Pakistani, Indian, Arabic, Celtic kind of vibe where you have a drone or a constant note. In this case, there wasn't a constant note through it that was sustained, but it was all in and then you hear all the other arrangements that come in around it kind of stuck to that mode. So it gives it that kind of like schwarmy, cobra snaky move kind of thing. I like the lyrics of it. I love the whole approach of the whole thing. There was also some really fun little lines in there that kind of had theremin style vibe. It wasn't a theremin, but it had that like kind of mono mini moog. Moog. I don't know. I've never gotten involved in that gatekeeping way of pronouncing that word. Kind of vibe there. So anyhow, that was a great track. I loved it. It got me into that. And yes, too, I did catch a little bit. I think Kazi said it. I did catch a little bit. I was like going, has a little bit of that. Oh my God, now I can't remember. I'm a loser, baby, so why can't you kill me? Beck, yes, thank you. Or maybe MP3 said it. Yeah, we got a little Beck thing. I kind of like my voice. When I'm losing my voice this way, I can go very low. In a world. Yeah, in a world where reactors come to die, Twitch I'm sorry. That's so fucked up. That's hilarious. Oh, shit. All right, here we go. Getting canceled. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, next up. Next up, we got the driver. I don't know if the driver's in with us. I haven't seen him pop in on our chats. Oh, we have another game OST here from Hades 2. This is the track that plays when you're fighting an extremely difficult version of an already extremely difficult final boss fight of an upcoming game, Hades 2. Somehow the game composer, Darren Korb. I'm sorry, I don't know how I got that out. Darren Korb keeps getting legendary musicians to play for his track. This time around, it's Louis Cole. Oh my God, Louis Cole is a fucking genius. A legendary drummer who's performed with the electro-funk duo known as Knower. And isn't Louis Cole also in Clowncore? Oh, it said it right here. Do, space, yeah. And also Sam Gendel, who features in another track in this game. Anyhow, I butchered your message here, the driver. But anyhow, then I'm definitely looking forward to this. Let's do this, guys. This is from the game Hades 2. And the name of the track is The End of Time, featuring one of my favorite composers, musicians, drummers, Mr. Louis Cole. Let's do this. All right. Courtesy of Discord. Already can feel the Louis Cole vibes. The fact that this is even in a game is fire. Everybody get your tip jar out. You know what I'm going to say. Say it before I do. You feel it, right? The mode. Jesus, Louis Cole is an absolute monster. And the way he tunes his kits, too, are so extraordinary. This song could stand on its own, let alone it's in the game. This is mind-numbing. This is sick. But what is that pattern of guitar playing? We've talked about this before. Kind of a very demonic riff or a pattern there. It should go back to the riff right here, or the pattern. God, the tone on his floor tom. So listen to the pattern that the muted guitar is doing. It's that heavy discursive pattern. Da, 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 da. Lends itself to heaviness, dark, storytelling, demonic, mystic. God, his cymbal work. Hi-hat cymbal work also. Jesus. Shit. I would have loved to have seen that live. That was an absolutely stand on its own badass track. Notwithstanding, did you say the game wasn't released yet, or it has been released, or something? The fact that this is in a game itself probably lends itself to kind of look. You know how Clear Obscure is pretty groundbreaking with the music, and you know that's that was composed by the French composer. You know how it fits perfectly with the game accordingly. I haven't played it. I'm going to start playing it next week, by the way. I'll be streaming it here on Twitch. You guys help me with that. Anyhow, when music is perfectly written for something, I've only watched gameplay of Hades. This kind of composition and stuff, this intensity of Louis Cole's, even though it's featuring Louis Cole, without a doubt, it is the forefront arrangement in this track that you just have to sit here, even if you're not a drummer, and just say, this is just absolutely mind-numbing, kind of like on a tribal tech kind of way. I'm sure Louis Cole is probably a fan of tribal tech. Louis, if you do see this, pop in and let me know if you are a fan of tribal tech. And it reminds me of the drummer from Tribal Tech, actually, has that same skill set. If you're not, if you don't know of the band Tribal Tech, please look them up, especially if you're into the really abstract prog composition kind of thing. This is where I felt that his arrangements had the roots in, and then he takes it and makes it his own. So I am goobering a lot over Louis Cole over this and this composition, but this track in of itself in a video game is probably going to be one of the most repeated areas in a video game, just to listen to the track, unless this is put on a DLC. I said that. Where's the bingo card? No, I'm sorry. Now, the other thing is the rest of the arrangement, though, did have that really kind of dark, heavy da, 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 da. When that pattern's in a track, it's kind of giving you this dark, mystic, solving, kick-ass kind of vibe. And so the combination of Louis Cole and that arrangement by the composer, and there was some slide notes or some other. I really didn't put any energy into listening to it because I was so distracted by Louis's performance and the sounds of the kit and everything. That also gave it a very unique ambient kind of vibe to it when it needed to stretch out and get inside of your soul in a certain way. But anyhow, either way you look at it, I goobered a lot on this. Thank you so much for bringing this in. I'm really pumped on having the opportunity to listen to this track. Yeah, without a doubt. I'm definitely going to cut this out. Now, I don't know, should I put this on the Decomposer Lounge or my RPGs gaming track? I do have a lot of Louis Cole fans on the Decomposer Lounge. I don't know. I'm thinking. You tell me. What do you think? Which one? Yes to which one? All right, guys, let's continue on. Next up is, yeah, it is flip a coin, right? The next one is coming from Misty Souls 2. Looks like we got some more. We're staying on the gaming anime run right now. This is an anime called, okay, I might say this up wrong. Akame ga Kill. Akame ga Kill. The name of the song is Le Chant de Roma. Akame ga Kill is a dark fantasy anime with music written by Taku Iwasaki. This track is used a couple of times in the show, such as a scene where the protagonist finds himself caught in the war after he sees the death of a childhood friend during a village attack, and then again during the final battle of the show. All right, guys, from Misty Souls 2, this is from the anime Akame ga Kill. And the name of the track is Le Chant de Roma. Thank you, Mr. Discord, for allowing me to play that. Frickin' YouTube. I fucking... I'm going to rename this to the Phrygian Show. There's a little bit of a Bjork thing going on there. Beautiful, emotional. Beautiful performance on an instrument. You just got a little chicken skin just now, a little chill. You don't hear harps a lot, but there's a beautiful little line every now and then. See, right there is where I get a little bit of the Bjork. I'm sneaking that oboe right there. Nice horn answer back. Nice little shift up. I'm sorry, that's what that string arrangement just made me do. Beautiful string arrangements, Jesus. Oh my goodness, whoever did these string arrangements. So powerful. Most likely the composer. I don't know why I'm doing this for horns. Could be this. Getting those, like, you know, punchy ostinato run through there. What an incredible piece of music, full stop. That's all I have to say. I am, obviously, because you guys know of my history, when I hear a string arrangement of that nature, everything else just kind of disappears within the arrangement for me because I'm hearing so many unique dynamic uses of the strings, from trills to dynamic accents and stuff. A lot of answering back and forth that's going on. So the first half of the track kind of lulled us into this kind of, it says, I don't know what's going on in the anime. I don't know what scene this is being written to. It's getting us into this kind of vibe of kind of not knowing too sure of where we're going to go, but gives us the positivity by using the mode, the Phrygian mode, la 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 la. We already talked about all this sort of stuff, which gives you that kind of suspicious, not too sure kind of vibe. Beautiful. But then once the percussion came in and they locked in with the timpani or the tom-toms and stuff, and we got that going. Unfortunately, it took a little of my attention away from the vocalist, only because then I start to dive into going, okay, oh, I see what you're doing, composer. Oh, the strings are doing, oh, okay. And it was extraordinary. I loved it. It was, the details in the string arrangements were phenomenal. I also love the fact that it was mixed extremely well. And there's a little bit, I don't know if it's maybe I'm getting older or something, because, you know, when you get older, you lose your high end of your hearing, yeah? But it seemed like they still kept kind of rolled off an edginess on the string arrangements. It wasn't, or it could have been the mastering, where that higher bite from like 10 to 12K wasn't really present, kind of rolled off. So I don't know. I'm running off into my own world with this breakdown, but I thought it was a phenomenal piece of work. But we definitely have been in that Phrygian thing, haven't you? Somebody shut the refrigerator door, Phrygian door. I don't know. All right. Thank you so much, Mystic. That was a great track. Okay, next up, Arctic Prague. Arctic Prague is going to be bringing us some metal, it looks like. This is the band Ice Sealed Eyes. And the name of the song is Inner Wings. This is a Belgian band I found not that long ago. Very unique vibes, introspective, and beautiful. Enjoy. All right. Thank you, Arctic Prague. Thank you, Discord. All right, here we go. That little soundscape rhythm. Oh, love this. Nice, what we call ice cave reverb there. Tough to mix, this kind of stuff. God, I love that. It's so freaking bipolar, the genre switch up.
Do you like what you
Yeah, talking about sinking into like the death growl of a mud pit zero and the sound of the guitars, the heaviness, especially slowing down the tempo. That was without that was an extremely genre bipolar track, and what I mean by that is, I know bipolar isn't necessarily a nice word to be using because it does describe some serious stuff, but what I mean from that is that the discursive twist between genres in that faster jungle core, what do you guys call that beat that goes you know how that was in there? Because at first I was going, okay, we're going to be listening to some really dark black metal core kind of vibe. And then I started hearing a little bit of the kind of a lo-fi vibe of that. And then it turns into it. And then it lives in that spot. I thought was incredibly abstract. But what was really cool about it is that they actually, the drum pattern that they used there, they had it slightly sizzled, so it stayed in the context of the edginess of the track, even though it got really long and washy and ambient and ethereal with all those, like what we call ice cave reverb style stuff, or galactic reverb style, you know, crafting of long tails so you sound like you're really drifting in space. Big back and forth between the two genres and stuff, as well as you know, the voice, the vocal performances going into super chill, more controlled, clean tones into the darker tones. I love the ending, the slowing down of the tempo, almost like you're sinking. Your eyes are now barely getting covered. All that's left is your hand, and you're like going, ah, something like that. The quality and the sound on this and the engineering was actually sick, and that's probably one of the most difficult things to do. Is when you have all these long-tailed reverb elements in your mix, but you still have the power of chug and drums in it. There's going to be a really unique choice the engineer's got to make, that how dry is the kit going to be, so that any of the tail-off reflection or early reverb on that doesn't muddy up what needs to be there from the long tail stuff that's established from the EDM or the vocal pads or something, whatever it is that's being used there. There's a lot of headspace that has to go on there as an engineer, as I say myself. All right, next up is Cycloid. Cycloid's song, oh look, we're continuing on a little bit more gaming. I'm familiar with this game, Warframe. Name of the song is Lullaby of the Manifold. This is a new song that is introduced by Tenka-ichi, the Warframe convention, this weekend for a future expansion of the game. The old piece in the game, the old piece. In the game, the song is sung by Addis to calm and restore his fellow scientists. Though later in the gameplay demo, Addis sees his berserk kin killed by his friend, and the arrangement takes a more sorrowful tone. Tenka-ichi had a concert that I can send a link to if you want. It might be good, super responsive, because you might not be here because you'll be at work. Oh, I see. Sorry, jumbled that around. Well, Cycloid wants us to listen to Warframe, Lullaby of the Manifold. So let's do this, guys. All right. Hey, there's Cycloid. Hi, buddy.
Cast and cry, praise the million pylons high. All our kin were bound to fly for that far shore forlorn. Onward high, oh, but we may tame the sky. Oh, but we shall distant die.
Little hints of the clear, obscure melody she's singing.
Velvet blue the meadows lie, though the haughty ones
Look at that string section working overtime with those ostinatos.
never break or tie to that far shore forlorn.
know, that 6/8 vibe, it's that chanty kind of back and forth, you know. Scottish, Irish kind of sway to it. Very Pirates, very we're going. Of course, emphasized with the percussion. Excellent engineering on this.
Mouth to mouth and eye to eye, sleep where comets whisper by, sleep while constellations sigh of that far shore forlorn. Onward high, onward high.
Beautiful background vocals being supported by the string section there.
Tame the sky, cool, but we shall listen nigh on that far shore forlorn. Onward high, onward high.
She has such a beautiful tone to her voice.
We may tame the sky.
It's such a beautiful softness to the power behind what's happening here, especially with those storm drums.
Far shore forlorn. On that far shore forlorn.
Beautiful track. So well written, so well composed. The arrangements are beautiful. I love, well, you know, that the percussion that we were hearing in the back is probably, I don't know if they would have had that in their cans, in their headsets as they played. You know, there's like storm drums or, you know, percussive module drums that are, or cinematic, you know, drum, you know, module or something going on there. But as far as a complete orchestral piece, arrangements was just phenomenal. I love the beauty and the tone and the flow of it. It had that 6/8 kind of swimminess of a Pirates at Sea, as a shanty kind of vibe. The melody, her vocals were so buttery and so beautiful, and she did not move out of that dynamic zone. And so therefore, principally, as that being, let's say, the obviously it's the melody. It's going to be the lead, the upfront, the power play, and the mix and stuff like that. I loved how the composer and the arranger, with the dynamics of the strings, was giving it lift and then pulling it back and then allowing it to live and then giving it some seriousness, you know, along with the brass arrangements. Ostinatos are going. You have your call to action, you know, brass arrangements that are coming there. And then there was a couple of really nice things. One of them that's a standout for me is when the background vocals that came in, that the string, it was almost in unison. It probably with a little more dynamic harmonic or arrangements in the strings, a little bit layered out a little more. But what a great track. And apparently this, if I understood right, this was played at this, what's it called, Tenno-con? Maybe as a, you know, here's where we are and this is what we're doing now and this is what's coming up new. So maybe this was a call to action precursor track, I'm thinking. Something like that. So yeah, well done. Thank you so much for dropping that through here. Hey, what the hell just happened here? Something just happened. X out of that, you son of a falamola. Okay, who's up next? Derek Wokama. Are you still here with us, Derek? So Derek didn't leave us a message or anything, but wants us to listen to a band called Vower. Vower, and the name of the track is Satellites. Let's do this. Well, why am I hearing my Discord? Oh, stupid, I left it open. Duh. You know this is going to blow up when he comes in, right?
Looks like we're not where we need to be.
Ooh, love his voice.
We find ourselves apart with no direction. Satellites, can we reconnect? signal is breaking up.
Jeez.
Pushed apart by what pulls us in. Destruction persists.
Love the riff. Please turn around.
Form of affection.
Great voicings on that.
We disobey. Trying to find out.
What a great riff on the guitar.
The thought of you isn't enough. The time between us is just too much.
I love how that bridge straightened out.
Starting to feel like
Everything's pretty square. Great shoegazy arrangement in the back there with the guitar.
The signs of life take their time to find me in the distance.
What a voice. Phrygian.
These mortal ties destined for collision. Then we collide.
This is going straight on my playlist.
Drag yourself back. And push yourself forward. Sunrise.
Oof, shit, Phil. Wow, this is such a badass track. Jeez. That was such an unbelievable freaking track. Right about here, though, in my mind, I was hoping that it was going to stay on that pattern, blow it out, and we would just get this sick, ridiculous lead work. You know, even though solos are no longer a really big thing anymore and stuff like that, but somebody who has like got that progressive metalcore lead kind of guitar work would have been great there. Either way, that's just me being composer, producer, musician kind of guy. This checked off every single box and then wrapped it in like ghost pepper shovels. It was so fire. His voice is phenomenal. Obviously, thousands of tracks of music I listened to through the course of my journey as a guy that listens to music and goes. His dynamics and where he peels himself off in between the more chill parts, the cleaner parts of his voice. Even when he gets darker and stuff like that, it's still audible in tone. You know, just so well performed. Now, the riff, the guitar riff, and the arrangements and the musicianship backing this up were just as mental. Just, you know, insane. I love the turnaround of the passages in the riff, where I guess it's, you know, sitting on the zero, which is, you know, chugging on the zero, but then the intervals of the, you know, that kind of thing that to me is such a big guitar buzz to be able to do that is to really, you know, have that part of your composition structure, knowing that you can dive down as low as your bottom note, and then you could scoop up or come up with these incredible, you know, voicings and stuff like that, or intervals that'll jump 3, 4, 5, 6 octaves, you know, and the riffage on that was just great. So this was a badass track, full stop. That's all there is to it. So this, a matter of fact, I'm probably gonna listen to this after the show's over a few times. It just hit everything. You know, the metal, the chug, the rhythm, the Phrygian vibe. We've been on a very Phrygian freight train today. You know, that for anybody, you know, locking into that mode and stuff. We forget the tip jar, Amon. We got to get like a Sparklets bottle size thing for the tip jar for the Phrygian thing. Anyhow, here we go. Next up is going to be Rotten Soundgarden. And so Rotten Soundgarden wants us to listen to a song from a band called Sólstafir. And this is an Icelandic band, as black metal group has evolved into kind of a prog metal, according to what he's saying here. This song is dedicated to my best friend. The title means dusk, and the song is about hope and light during dark times, which the title is, I'm going to say this wrong, Miðaftann. Well, it is from Iceland, so I'm sure Icelandically I'm butchering the language. I apologize. Hang on for a second. I'm going to read a little bit more what's going on here. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah, I can see this is a very heartfelt, heavy track for our friend here, Rotten Soundgarden. So let's put our super soulful ears into this experience here. Okay. So once again, this is the band Sólstafir, and the name of the song is Miðaftann. Best I can do with that. Here we go. All right. Piano arrangement was kind of giving me a dark, mystical Moonlight Sonata kind of vibe. Love that beautiful blend with that Rhodes vibe along with this piano. Extremely soul-pulling. That was a very, very emotional piece. The heaviness or the sadness of it obviously established with the piano. That repetitive pattern, it definitely had a little bit of, like I had mentioned up earlier, kind of a darker, sadder version of a Moonlight Sonata kind of movement to it. Obviously, the messaging in it is really super heavy. The fact that they kept it black and white also in the video to kind of relay a little bit of the heaviness of what was happening there, even though you can assign that to your own journey with whatever, when you listen to it, whatever emotions it pulls from you. The very soft yet kind of like, I don't want to say this, kind of like a cold, chill blanket of comfort is when some of those kind of pseudo string arrangement pads started coming in as well. So there were arrangements that were coming in and out of it, but the pattern, the way it was played and how it was set, how it was performed by the pianist and stuff like that, just kind of gave it that, like, we can listen to it, and after a while you just, I don't know, a couple times I had closed my eyes because it called for that. It called for you to kind of reflect on something, in an emotional state. And this is the beauty of this kind of music here, that doesn't have to wow you with a lot of things, with arrangements and stuff. The vocal performance along with all this was just very, sadly soothing. Is that a good way to put it? Something of that nature, kind of sadly soothing. So I did read your private message, and, as you go through this, heavy moment and stuff like that, I could see where this song is going to be a very important part of your soundtrack of life. So, all right. Let's continue on. The Kebab Seller, finally, the Kebab Seller, he put this all the way in on June 21st, almost a whole month. So let's do this for the Kebab Seller. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for the hangout, Kebab. This is a song. This one is also from the phone rhythm game, or from a phone rhythm game. The game is called Deemo, is it? Deemo, and the name of the song is Dream. This is from our Kebab Seller buddy. Let's go. All right. Nice little subtle waltz vibe to it, yeah? In the game, this must be a very wandering space. I don't know anything about it, but it's almost like you're going through this mystic space. Oh, I thought there were people behind me. It's in the mix. Did Kebab say this was a mobile phone game? A mobile rhythm game. Interesting. I wondered if it sounds this good over the mobile game, if you're playing it and you're wearing headsets. I like the danciness of the piano here. Kind of, the way it's being played kind of squares up a bit. Hopeful. I'm dying to know what's happening in the scene here. Waltzing through the tulips of death or something. I don't know. It could be macabre that way. I don't know. Or beautiful, or collecting treasures, or, you know, fairy farts in the clouds. I don't know. Something. It sounds like it would be really pretty. Sparkly dew. Nice little tinkle at the end over there, at the end of the piano. A beautiful track. The whole thing was kind of this, because I don't know what the game is, and it's Sparkly Drew says that the story is really beautiful. But sometimes in beautiful stories, there are these dark discursive or little weird twists in it and stuff. And this seems like in the composition that there were little elements of like a little bit of like mystical insecurity, as maybe you were collecting trinkets or doing something that you're having fun, or you're planting your farm, or you're on a road visiting to your friend. It had a very meandering, wandering vibe. Like, hey guys, let's all come together. 1, 2, you know. So you see, yeah. So you said like it's also extremely sad as well. So it felt like it had that in there. That this particular track wasn't over the top, really light and fluffy. That there were elements of like insecurity, but yet still standing on the ground of then a little kind of weird vibe of some of the arrangements. Kind of make you say, But that's because I'm listening to it without visual, so that's the effectiveness on it. I really liked it though. It was a very fun, like get me into this vibe, because it gets me into this vibe. All right, the next person up here, let's do la 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 la. Okay, next up is Hardcore. Hardcore, are you still here? Oh, we're gonna continue on with a little bit of game work here. I think I've done something from this game, Hard Truck Apocalypse. The name of the song is Compilation. I have a compilation of small tracks from a niche Russian game I played as a child. This OST is a hidden gem. For context, you drive armored truck in a post-apocalypse, searching for your father and visiting different countries. Oh, that's good. Have a little bit of a visual schematic on this. So once again, this is a request by Hardcore. The name of the game is Hard Truck Apocalypse. And the name of the song is Compilation. All right. How many of you guys have ever played this game? I don't know in my mind if I'm driving a tank around looking for... This wasn't quite the music I would have been thinking of. But the name of this particular track is called Cry, K-R-A-I, which is home. So maybe this is establishing this as the home happy place. That was an abrupt switch. It wasn't me. It's part of the compilation. Love that fretless bass. Getting more cultural sounding. I love the acoustic strumming. Adding a little bit of humanism to it. There's a track. But I can't get over how warm and soapy that bass sounds. Yeah, that fretless bass. Not me, it was the video. Well, we are definitely traversing the European country vibe here. Very Scottish, if I do say so my damn self. I'm waiting for the Riverdance guy to come out. It's a compliment. The authenticity of the composition. Oh, they are different regions in the game. Okay, now it makes sense. Good on Anton Popov, representing the changes very well. Ba 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 ba. The distortion definitely sounds like he's running through like a Roland PG3 or something like that. Or what'd you call it? Something 8, RP8. Lead guitar guitar played by Curtis Cobain. I gotta look that up, see which one it is. Jesus. Yeah, it's like the Roland GP16 or something, or the GP8. Well, this composer definitely has depth. I will say whoever put this together definitely used the right kind of screenshots to match the music representation. This does sound kind of like dark, mystic, apocalyptic, cloudy overblow, outside ethereal darkness. Check it. There's a little bit of a Phil Collins vibe in the percussive writing. I don't know. You can tumble the weed, I'll just smoke it. Sounded like that was a loop point. BM 420 call out. Excuse me. You know what I love about these tracks? When people send me in tracks that are that have little different slices of the composer's journey, be it in the video game or in the anime or stuff, really gives me a really good sense of what that composer's capabilities, excuse me, are in cross-genre jumps. And that's what we heard a lot of here. It started off like this, metal, and taking it all around. Now, I don't know if it sounds like maybe the composer played all the instruments himself, perhaps. I noticed some through lines melodically that were being kept through, not like a leitmotif, but sometimes, you can kind of hear when a musician has his own set of dynamics that could replay itself, let's say, through different arrangements and different segments. But he definitely had genre chops. When he came in with the metally stuff, he was authentic about it. When he came into more of the Celtic-y vibe, he was, you know, real authentic with it. So that was cool. The composer's name is Anton Popov. That's what I'm saying. Yes. Next up, Joachimiskirk. Joachimiskirk. You, bruh. The song that we're listening to is from a band, or is it an artist, by the name of Calva, Louise. The name of the song is Aimless. Let's just see. The message is they just released their new album. The singer not only writes and sings, she plays guitar and piano too. And she does the videos. She directs them, edits them, color grades them, and does it all VFX. Crazy. One of the best new bands out there. One of the best albums of 2025. Wow, coming in hot for the support there, Joachimiskirk. So once again, this is the artist, Calva, Louise, and the name of the song is Aimless. This is an official music video, I guess, featuring her. Let's go. Any day, YouTube. Badass. That's a tight picking pattern there. She's singing and playing that pattern. Not easy. Great section. Like a pre-chorus, maybe? Ballsy. Got a little Spanish in there. Let's go. Little piano part back there. Jeez. Nice little break in the arrangement there for the piano. Video's well done. Very talented musician she is. If that's her strumming on the ukulele or the smaller guitar. She has that Violet Pony quality skill set. That lo-fi snare. lot of work done in the engineering of that track too. If she's like the one hand that does everything, you know, in the music as well. Now, obviously, I don't know if she played bass, if the bass player was in that, if the bass player is part of the band, did the video, if she does all the composing and recording herself. But if it's a through and through, extremely talented. Great construction on the song. You know, as it's becoming more accepted, let's just say the clean voice, dark voice, heaviness, and all the other arrangements in the middle, just kind of skipping in and out of genres like that, giving a lot more of a dynamic. You know, I don't see this any different than the dynamic of a classical musician that's playing anything from one of the, you know, legendary classical composers, you know, Mozart, Bach, you know, Brahms, et cetera, which is about dynamics, loud, soft, ooh, ah, e, you know, trills, happiness, flip the bow over, get another tone, you know what I'm saying? It's still the instrument, it's still, you know, a performance of it, but how it is that it's made to affect us based on these dynamics or based on the composer stuff. And she did a phenomenal job on a lot of the stop, start, oop, shift, kind of vibes of everything. So I thought it was fire, without a doubt. She's very talented. I don't know how long she's been around. This was dropped about 4 months ago. It seems to be doing well, about 140,000 views. And so she did do a crushing job, though, also on the visuals. There's no two ways about it. See, that's what for myself, when I hear like an artist like her did the visuals on this, it kind of gives me a visual idea of what the layers of arrangements are like in her head that translate to the music. So when I'm listening to all the edits and the changes in the music, and then I go ahead and A/B that with watching the visual edits and the effects that she did with the video, it matches that creative psychosis, I'd like to call it, because that's what happens. Alrighty, that was pretty sick. Yeah, I can tell you, that's another thing. You should said the bass singer's Venezuelan. We had that little Spanish mic drop in there moment as well. Makes sense. Well done. Okay, Brexter, how are you? Are you still here, buddy? Brexter, so kind, got me started on Chrono Trigger, where I actually might pop onto in about 4 or 5 hours when the sun sets here and try to go through it. Maybe I'll come up here on Twitch and do it. There'll be a few of you still up and about. Maybe you can help me get around certain things or give me some leads. Anyhow, Brexter wants us to listen to something called Grim Salvo. Is it a band? This one is from my lovely girlfriend. So she is the one through Brexter that wanted to play this song. So, lovely girlfriend of Brexter, this is for you. In a world, we're listening to Grim Salvo, feasting on the guts of angels. All right. Fucking YouTube. A little bit of a Latin fling in here going on, but you know it's going to blow up in a second. This is sick. Kind of has a Ronnie Raddick kind of. This is badass. The programming of the kick drum in this trap. Love the space in between it all. I love the decision not to pop the kick back in there. That's a great production choice to pull the kick. Great vocal production on this. Engineering wise. This is really well done, man. Is the video tied into like an anime thing or something, or specifically produced for this track?
I'ma get revenge, Max keyboard, I'ma save you the heartache. Think it's time that we part ways. Not here for the long wait. Think my time is a short stay. You don't know the half of me. It's sad to see that everybody laugh at me. Like Sadducees, now they just
Attack on Titan.
so casually like
That was some badass rhythmic composition right there. That was great. That triplet. I like that guitar sweep over the strings, or at least it sounds like it. God, this is such a badass track. Love that. I love when producers leave that little sneak element in there. What a kick-ass track, Girlfriend of Brexter. First of all, I learned something new just now as I was looking at the tags here. Trap metal or trash gang or dark trap. I'm thinking that maybe trash gang is also a genre. First of all, the kind of glitchy composition of things going, you know, all that stuff going on there is so freaking cool. There's so many production choices to be made in something like this, especially when it comes to those kind of arrangements. Like I was saying earlier about how the kick, they decided to come back in, but they'll leave the kick out, let it focus on things. These are these dynamic elements that they're serving up in this trap style production that has a tone value too. So when the kick comes in, the bottom end of that trap, and does its thing, your tone senses lock into that. So now you feel, by virtue of how we listen to music, that once the kick is in and the bass is in, that we stick with it. When they mute those elements and highlight other things, it really makes a very unique impact in the listening process. Incredibly abstract and artful. Loved whoever the vocalist was. Kind of, I don't know, because I don't have a really big palette to pull from, because I don't listen, natively to a lot of rap or that stuff. I have to say there was a little bit of an Eminem style rhythmical vocal approach on it, and also hands down, the engineering on this was just mental. It was just fire, I thought it was great. So Brexter's Girlfriend, thank you so much. As a matter of fact, Brexter's Girlfriend, now don't get mad at me, Brexter. Don't get mad at me. How you doing? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did. I'm just fucking dying there. I'm sorry. I didn't. That was so. I hope. Yeah. Don't be mad at me, man. Don't be mad at me. I don't know why I did that. It's like, figured if she's over there and you said she was blushing, I said, hey, yeah. Needless to say, I don't have that charisma. I'm such a douche. All right, next up. All right, so let's see what we got here. Oh, my goodness. Let's go with Derpy Cat Dog. Wishing you a speedy recovery. Thank you very much. I'm really running kind of thin. I've only got a few more songs and I'm gonna dip out, but I'm still going. I got my water. Thank you. So Derpy Cat Dog wants us to listen to. Hey, it's a game. Deliver at All Costs, I think is the name of the game. The name of the song is Scotch Bonnet. Isn't that the name of a chili pepper too? Like a million Scoville chili pepper? Or is that called the chocolate bonnet? Scotch bonnet, I don't know. Artist is Carla Doby. I love this OST since it's the first game in ages that has matching soundtrack to the aesthetic of the game. All right. Let's do this. Once again, this is Derpy Cat Dog listening to Deliver at All Costs. The song is Scotch Bonnet. Let's go. Yes, thank you. This is great, man. This has noir. Very 30s, 1930s. Ooh. Nice buttery neck pickup vibe with 333. Smoky cigar. King Henry VIII in a snifter, warmed up. God bless the devs and the producers for putting this music in there. I love that smoky, rustic, upright piano vibe in this. It could as well be just a 6-foot grand with the top closed. I love the sound of a real piano. Laid back bass arrangement too. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, how many of you guys are tipping your head back going, oh yeah? It's a great track to pull a bong load and just hold it in through the whole song. Not that I know, I'm just saying. Give me that trombone. Oh, that was it? Bruh, we could have kept going for at least another 5 minutes. Derpy Cat Dog, that was such a great track. And that's what I love about doing this, guys, is like, we're so all over the map with the music we listen to here. That was such a chill track. And once again, like I said earlier, God bless the devs and the producers and stuff that, they're like movie producers, and when you do your job right and you pull in the right music for the games and stuff, it still reinserts, genres that might otherwise be sleeping away in the archives of our memories, let's just say, or generational memories. It was such a great track, and it transcends too. I know a lot of folks here on the Twitch are in their 20s and 30s, maybe even a few in their late teens or whatever. And again, and you're hanging out here because you're listening to this great cross section of tracks, and this was an excellent track. Very intimate, cute. Oh, cute's not the right word. Very intimate, subtle band, if you would, grouping of instruments. One of, not necessarily any section. I mean, yes, there's a horn section, but maybe a saxophone, a bass sax, a clarinet. There's trombone in there, but very kind of like, hey, we're doing this together in a small place. A better day, say, that kind of thing is what I'm saying. Immerses, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Derpy Cat Dog, thank you so much, man. Okay, who do we got next? We have Crossface Buffalo. Is you still here? Greetings, Abba and the Bobos. He said that, not me. Greetings, Abba and the Bobos. Today I'll be sharing a track from the Final Fantasy IX OST. The game was released July 7th in 2000. It was the last Final Fantasy to be released on the original PlayStation console. Composed by Nobu Uematsu, the song plays as a regular boss theme throughout the game. And since you've commented often that some gameplay would be helpful in the context of what's going on, the Square Enix channel has a video of the song with gameplay. Very convenient, if you ask me. Also, as a heads up, there are spoilers in the video of some of the bosses that I'll be seeing. So, just anybody who's watching and might be playing it, there's some spoilers coming up. But let's go there. There's Crossface. How are you, my brother? Okay, let's do this. This is Final Fantasy IX. The name of the song is Battle 2. Already into that Mission Impossible detective. Let's go get him. I love the left-hand piano. Good old school turn bass. I love how they stuck to the same sounds, the composer, throughout the growth of the Final Fantasy OST. Left hand. It's like they use the same horn sounds all the time. It's the signature sound, you know? Great arrangements with that. You know, I love that the left-hand piano is also in unison with a really synthy, plucky bass. Ooh, a little bit of an oingo boingo here. You really got me going. You got me so I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin it for you. God, a signature sound right there is Final Fantasy with that horn riff. Nice. Little diminishing there. Just a perfectly constructed boss battle track too. That's a pretty gnarly looking boss. Is this a hard section, guys? So it looks like we're going into our loop fade here. Classic, classic, classic Final Fantasy sound. Would you agree with me on that, guys? Not so much. I mean, the composition was fire without a doubt, but it's the sounds. It's almost like they said, you know what? A lot of what we have here does, you know, from the Final Fantasy VII and before too, is that particular horn sound that they use, and it seems like they repeated at least say, hey, let's use the same sound, but now we can expand our arrangements since the consoles, the internal of the consoles, are giving us opportunities to write, you know, more layers or use reverbs and stuff like that. But what a nostalgic horn sound. The left-hand thing, that dunka, 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 had that Mission Impossible, Danny Elfman, Oingo Boingo vibe to it. You know, there's nothing else more that I can say in the arrangements because Nobu Uematsu is just a legendary composer, and I think, without a doubt, he has cemented his composition, his creativity in the soundtrack of life of tens of millions of gamers through the gaming experience. But that, seriously, is probably one of the more badass boss battle type of themes when it comes to, you know, what are you doing? And this is turn-based still, from what I recall, right? And so, you know, there needs to be some stuff going on while you're picking your things and what are you doing and you're trying to figure this out. Very sneaky ways to try to hit the bad guy and do things, so. 7, 8, and 9 were all consoles, you're saying? Okay. But I'm sure by 9 now we were probably into 32-bit, right? Because you could definitely tell the difference in the engineering and the abilities of what Nobu was able to do. We went 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's why I ask you guys. Next up, Comfy Slime. Please, Crossface, don't share that when you can. Guys, please do me a favor. I'm getting ready to dip out. My throat's really beginning to burn. No more donos, please. Otherwise, it won't get done today. I do have one that came in late that I'll honor before I made this announcement, which is BM for life. So I have you covered here on this session. Comfy Slime. Let's see what we got here from Comfy Slime. Comfy Slime wants, hey, there you are, Comfy Slime. How are you? Hanging out for the show for the whole day. We're going to be listening to a band. This is a Japanese math rock band called Tricot. This song's not too mathy, though. I like that. A little disclaimer. The song is called Black in English. Hope you enjoy. All right. Well, thank you for coming in, Comfy Slime. And let's see what this non-math rock math track from a math band sounds without math. Tricot. That's the way you say it from what I understood. Yeah, so there's definitely, for a math rock that you're saying that didn't really math this one out, there's some very unique rhythmical patterns there, which we all know is math, right? We all know that, right? Rhythm is math. When you look at notes, it's just a new way of looking at math and adding it up and making it work, you know, and you play it and blah, 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 blah. But I could definitely hear the elements of what you would consider as being a math rock band in this. Some of it'll be with the kind of chord patterns that they're choosing, or the dynamics of how percussively it's being written, because they have a math rock thinking kind of mind. So very rarely will you'll hear anything that's really squate. That's a combination of square and straight. Squate. Bingo card. Even if they went straight with some of the rhythm stuff, they made sure that there was still a little bit of pi involved, like pi in math. Get it? Pi. Yeah. Anyhow, Great track, man. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. Very talented. Unique video. I don't know what the cosplay guy in the back was to represent, but... Next up, 1999. And then I have DJ Tambor and BM for life, and I'm out of here. Next up from 1999. This is from Paramore, guys. Let's put it together. Turn your speakers on. Turn it up to 11. Paramore is going to bring it. The name of this track is Decode. So let's do this. What? Video unavailable again? What the hell? Why did they do that? Why is the video unavailable? Okay, let me just look it up. Hang on. The hell? How about this one, the official video? Let's do that one.
How could I decide what's right when you're clouding up my mind? I can't win, you're losing fight all the time. No, can I ever own what's mine when you're always taking sides, but you won't take away my pride. No,
Little arrangement way behind her, almost theremin-like.
not this time. How did we get here? Well, I used to know you so well.
Great hook, powerful.
How did we get here? Well, I think I
I love that how they bring the dynamics back into this pocket with the sort of picking or
The
pattern.
truth is hiding in your eyes, and it's hanging on your tongue, just boiling in my
Great
blood.
engineering. I love her voice is in the pocket in the mix.
See what kind of man that you are. If you're a man at all, well, I will figure this one out on my own.
It's just a small part of me that wish the overheads were a little hotter on the kit with the hi-hat, just giving it maybe 2 dBs or something. I don't know if it's a single note guitar arrangement or something, but that nice line in the back. So there are some overdubs there. Maybe I heard a little piano or something going on there. Perhaps. Love this section. We get to hear a more intimate part of her voice there. It's great. I love that one note line that's in the back of it. Part of the arrangement. And the dirt on that bass is epic. That's probably the line. You hear what's going on in the back? It was a sick track there. You know, I'll bet you that's what that was. You know, when I kept on pointing out, when I kept on pointing out, God, there's a line behind her in the hook that's kind of wailing off into the distance, and that could have been it. You know, you always hear me talk about that in the mixes. Sometimes there are things in the mix that bury itself purposefully to become part of the abstract part of the arrangement, like a pad or something. But then when engineers maybe pop off a section of a mix and they remove certain things, those elements become a little more cleaner and clearer in the mix. This was also, I mean, of course, I've heard of Paramore through my journey of listening to music, but this was also a wonderful track where I can hear very unique dynamics in her voice because of going, I would say where she was singing her verse, she was probably at 7. And then she got to about 9.5 in the hook. Then she dialed it down to like 2 or 3 in that little softer area where you can hear some really great nuances in her voice and stuff. The band production and arrangement was straightforward, chuggy, dark. I would have loved to have, just me being an old fart, would have loved to have gotten just a little bit more of the overheads, you know, a little bit the cymbals, a little bit of that going on, and the hi-hat work. It's a decision that producers and everybody make. It's not the fault of anybody. Just for me, myself, I probably would have wanted a little more of the crispiness. But what's really funny, and I don't know if because this was uploaded like 16 years ago, but at the very end, there was some distorted saturation. So I don't know if that saturation's actually in the track. The last, you know, whatever, kind of, what's going on? Am I hearing some fry bones on there? So I don't know if that was part of the track or just part of the transfer of it, you know, from a master. You know, maybe they didn't keep their eye on normalizing that or whatever the case is. Great track, man. Okay, next up, I only have 2 more. BM for Life. How are you? You're hanging in there. Looks like we might be seeing a live performance, maybe. We all know this band here. This is a song called Alone by Band-maid. This is for BM for Life. So you guys ready? Some Band-maid. Let's go. God. Let's hear it for the bass player. Bass player, bass player. Wow, what a great voice. I wonder who's singing that super high. There's another kind of dangly note there in the back there that resonates. And I don't know if that's a harmonic off of the chord or something. Let's hear it for the drummer. Great picking pattern. Misa's killing it. Listen to her on the bass, man. She's crushing it. That's a fairly clean tone for a solo for lead work. Oh, a little cut time at the end here. Like that. They are such bone crushers of a band, of musicians, of artists, of arrangers. The vocals are absolutely insane. But I've heard enough of them to know that where they sit in their vocals. I think my bigger ooh-ah moments when I listen to Band-maid is listening to the depth of their talent pool in their arranging. You know, they do have quite a series of intricate sounds within the genre that they come out with. I love the fact that a lot of times you'll see Band-maid also intertwined with other, you know, heavy metal bands or singers or whatever. Wasn't there something recently I did? It was Band-maid and someone else. Who was that? Or did I do that on the Decomposer Lounge? I don't know. It's my brain. Misa Misa. Osa Osa. That is such incredible bass work that was going on in there. It just sounded fantastic. It was almost like she gave us more of a prog invitation to some of her skill set. And I have to say it that way, as some of her skill set. You know, yeah, The Warning. Yeah, that's what I played. That's right. You know what I'm saying? We're only probably hearing 30-40% of what their skill set is when they're playing and performing and writing for songs that are going to go out to the public. You just never know that in the back of the bus or, you know, in their first class airplane to the next concert, that they're not playing full on, you know, Joe Pass fusion, jazzy, you know, incredible things. They go, oh, let's put this away. Time to be rock stars. You know, there's a lot of bands that actually do that, right? We've talked about that, you know, where to us they are these heavy metal bands, metalcore or whatever. And then you find an obscure channel of them playing something completely different with such authority that you just go, yeah, you know, that's just how that works, you know. So anyhow, thank you, BM for Life, first of all, for hanging out. Thank you for the dono. And glad we were able to listen to it. Okay, the last track from you guys, because my throat, I'm literally burning. My throat is hurting right now. But I'm doing this for DJ Tambor, and then I'm going to bail. This next one here, kind of, the name of the, sorry, my voice is beginning to, we're going to be ending on some anime. So let's see. DJ Tambor says, this is the theme of a world martial arts tournament that occurs every 5 years in the anime, pitting the strongest fighters against another. This track is for the theme of the tournament. So this is called Dragon Ball OST. I didn't know why I made it plural. I think that just automatically happened, right? I don't know. You tell me. Maybe it's a mangina thing. I don't know. That was just stupid. Anyhow, this is Dragon Ball OST. The name of the track is Mesaze Tenka-ichi. All right, guys, let's do this. I'm sorry. That's just what happens. It's just a man thing, I guess. I don't know. Here we go. Wow. Has a little bit of a 70s influence in it. Oh my God, that's the old Sonic orc hits. DJ, when was this recorded? Oh, that hit. ...1986, okay. It's got the vibes. Wow, it's like a really old chamber reverb sound on that lead. I love it. I love how the guitar is tucked way back in there as if they were afraid to push it forward. Like it still needs guitar, but let's not put it too far out there. Number one, you number one. Is that what he's saying there, number one? It's so Eye of the Tiger. It's so, you know. Just kind of stepped into a circus arrangement here. Hey, Super Spirit. What an absolutely crazy track to end the stream on. A couple things about that. You saw me kind of chuckle every now and then is because those orchestral hits, you know, bam, bam, bam. It's so nostalgic for me because there wasn't a lot of synth companies that were putting those out. There would be like the Ensoniq or the Kurzweiler or Roland kind of came out with one of those early on samples and stuff. So to me, that dates, you know, the track. Doesn't mean you can't use it currently to make it sound like it, but being that you said the track was like 1998-ish or 89, it makes perfect sense. And also the construction of the song was very Eye of the Tiger in that era of, you know, go get him. Now, I can only imagine that probably loops, right? Maybe at that point, or there's a looping point, and you go until you beat up the guy or get through that series. But that was an excellent track to end the stream on. But that hit, man, the nostalgia of that hit. Anyhow, guys, listen. Let me stop my recording really quick.